Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to take a look at an ancient, incredibly intricate Buddhist ritual, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. So, our guide for this journey is this incredible ritual manual, and it lays out step by step this really esoteric practice. The whole point? It's all designed for one single profound purpose: to completely unify the body, the speech, and the mind. So that's really the big question we're diving into today. How do you weave together sound, gesture, and visualization to create this state of profound focus? Because, this isn't just a bunch of random things to do. It's more like a precisely engineered performance. So let's start right at the very beginning. How you create the space. All right, so the whole thing kicks off not with some huge dramatic action, but actually with a series of really deliberate, careful preparations. The idea is to transform a totally ordinary room and the person in it for the really deep work that's about to happen. So, these first steps you see here, they're all about grounding yourself in the present moment. Take chewing a clove, for example. Just imagine that. It completely floods your senses with this sharp taste and smell. These physical acts, they're not just symbolic fluff. Nope. They are a super deliberate way to purify what are called the three karmas. That's your body, your speech, and your mind, before you get into the really deep stuff. Okay, so once the space is ready and the practitioner is prepared, the first major action involves sound. But we're not talking about just any sound. This is all about using vibration to literally awaken the mind and invite the sacred right into the room. And check this out. The practitioner doesn't just, ring a bell. First, they recite this verse, this gatha, which totally infuses the simple act of ringing a bell with this huge cosmic significance. Suddenly, the sound isn't just a little chime anymore. It's framed as this powerful force that awakens all beings across countless, measureless worlds. I mean, that's a pretty big idea. And then, the bell is struck exactly 3 times. Not 2, not 4, 3. And this right here, this is our first real glimpse of a core principle we're going to see over and over. In this entire system, absolutely nothing is random. Every single detail is intentional and just jam-packed with meaning. Okay, now we're getting to the real heart of the practice. This is where it all comes together. The synchronization of 3 totally distinct elements to create one powerful, unified state of being. So let's break each one of them down. All right, first up, the body. The body speaks through what are called mudras, and these are so much more than just hand gestures. You can think of them as a form of physical intention, where every single shape is designed to channel a very specific energy or a specific state of mind. And the instructions for these, wow, they are incredibly precise. Like this example here, thumb enters palm. It's describing this very deliberate, simple action of folding your thumb into your palm to make a fist. And that simple move becomes a foundational gesture for a ton of others. Okay, so that was the body. Next up is speech. And speech is sanctified through mantra. Here, the idea is that you're using the actual physical vibration of these sacred sounds, not just to say something, but to actively transform your own consciousness from the inside out. Now, this is pretty cool. What's so interesting here is that you can actually see the phonetic building blocks of these sacred sounds. The original text gives us these syllables. We've got them transcribed here in pinyin for you. And these form the verbal part of the ritual that gets performed right in sync with all those physical gestures we just talked about. And that brings us to the final, absolutely crucial element, visualization. This is all about the focus of the mind. So while your body is forming mudras and your voice is chanting mantras, your mind is busy constructing this incredibly detailed inner world, holding a perfectly stable image of a deity or a sacred symbol. And this instruction right here is a perfect example. It's telling the practitioner to mentally hold a specific sacred symbol, in this case, the character 1, right at their very center, in what's called the heart mind. This is what anchors the entire practice from the inside. Okay, so we have the body, we have the speech, and we have the mind. But the real complexity, the real power of this ritual, well, that emerges when these 3 things stop being separate practices. It's when they're performed together in this seamless, perfectly synchronized flow. So let's actually walk through a sequence that's described in the text so you can see how this works. First, the practitioner forms a specific mudra. Right here, it's crossing the index fingers. Simple enough, right? But then, while holding that gesture, they start to chant the mantra that goes with it. Boom. The physical and the vocal are now locked in. They're linked. And then the whole sequence climaxes in this really precise physical action. Right on the final syllables of the mantra, the practitioner flicks their middle finger. And of course, they do it exactly 3 times. You see that? Gesture, sound, and action. They all become one single thing. Okay, let's look at another one. This one's even more dynamic. In this case, the text tells the practitioner to form a mudra right at their chest that actually mimics the posture of drawing a bow and arrow. You can almost feel the tension. And naturally, a different, really powerful mantra goes along with this posture. The sound itself is meant to match that feeling of tension and focused energy. And then, as the mantra is being chanted, the whole thing wraps up with the physical motion of pulling the right hand back, just like you're drawing the string of a bow. I mean, this just brilliantly illustrates how dynamic, how performative, and how deeply embodied this whole practice really is. But here's the thing. This whole symphony of action, it isn't just for show. It's not some kind of performance art. The text makes it absolutely clear that this entire structure is actually a map. It's a structured journey through all these progressive stages of spiritual development. And that right there, that's the ultimate purpose. That's the why. As you can see here, the whole ritual is basically a map of the Bodhisattva path. So each one of those synchronized actions isn't just a random motion. It's a step on a spiritual journey. It's a physical way to embody the path to enlightenment, all the way from building initial faith to reaching what's called the joyful ground. So when you look at the whole thing, the Vajradhātu Recitation, it really offers this powerful glimpse into a system that was designed centuries ago to do one thing with just absolute surgical precision, to unify the body, to quiet the speech, and to focus the mind. You know, it's really a testament to the human capacity for incredible, deep concentration. And it kind of leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? In our own super fragmented, constantly distracted world, what could we learn from a system of focus this profound?